Hello. My name's GoodElk12, and today I'm doing a little solve video for a sudoku I've put together ready for Christmas. That's Christmas 2023. I've been asked by a friend to set this sudoku, and I'm looking at ways to get my sudoku out into the world. So I thought it'd be nice if I had a little solve, plus this sudoku got a little tricky. So when I'm setting sudoku, I like to start with an idea, and sometimes the idea is madness. So today, this sudoku is, if I jump over here, the 12 Baubles of Christmas. As a little nod to my friend Tim, who I work with, and loves that kind of naughty humour, let's say, naughty humour from when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, the innuendo. So I've said the 12 Baubles of Christmas, aka, also known as, My Goodness My Baubles are Tangled. I do love the word baubles. Can you help me sort out my tree in time for Christmas? Place 1 to 9 in each row, column and box till all digits are filled. That means the numbers 1 to 9 must be in every row, column and box, and can't appear more than once in those restrictions, otherwise the puzzle will be broken. Numbers on arrows sum to totals in circles or pills. Pills are kind of a name for the bigger baubles, let's say. Bigger baubles, yes. Okay. Apart from in box 2, now box 2, 1, 2, this is box 2, where my addition went a little astray. It's trying to conform to those restrictions. Both baubles, so we're referring to the numbers in box 2 now, both baubles are out by the same margin. That's the dodgy part of this. I'm making it up as I go along. Computer says I'm not right, but I just ignored it. That's usually the way. Wink, wink. The pill in box 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one here, so there's a pill there. We'll see it now when I get rid of their rules. Has an arrow that ends at the top of the tree. I wanted to distinguish that because when there's so many arrows going on, they get quite confused. And the others, talking about arrows getting quite confused, well, I'm hoping the rest you can sort out for me. Big grins. Have fun and happy Christmas 2023. So let's have a little look at this puzzle and see what I can work out on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to logically work my way through the puzzle. Let's just check I'm recording. It says I'm recording. I'm still moving. Hi Mum, I'm on the telly. That's a terrible smile. Okay, back to the puzzle. So I'm going to explain because I've set this puzzle. I know the secret to this puzzle. But I'd like to use an opportunity to say, no matter who you are, you can solve this puzzle. Well, you can solve Sudoku. There are some Sudoku puzzles I can't solve. I'm not very fast. Some take me days. Some I have to go and watch the wonderful expert on cracking the cryptic, my favourite Sudoku channel, to give me hints or so forth. But if you're struggling with this or you don't think you can do it, then I'm happy to take you through it. So let's have a little look. So, I made a Christmas tree. Normally I wouldn't shove colouring all over the puzzle, but heck, why not? It's Christmas. What have I got? Coffee. Oh, I didn't expect coffee. I was expecting tea. Never mind, that's fine. Okay, so like I say, big pail, and this goes up here. So, there's two ways of looking at starting a Sudoku. Generally, when it's a, what do you call them? Not normal, not standard Sudoku, a variant form of Sudoku. And somebody might tell you my favourite variant form of Sudoku is arrows, and I couldn't possibly comment on that. So in arrows, the numbers must add up to the number in the dot or pill or circle or whatever you want to call it. And yes, we've got these two big pills. And this one in box 8 is looking right to the top of the tree. And I've added a little arrow in there to make sure you know that that one's looking at that one. And this box pill, strangely, has an arrow on here. So this is looking at that, and that is looking at this, which seems a bit odd, but we can get to that in due time. So I think at the moment I'm going to go back to very simple standard Sudoku techniques and ask myself, so we can either look at the variant rules or we can look at the actual digits. So we're going to start with the digits today and just have a little chat about that before we look at the variants, because I think there's a bit to think about with the variants. And yeah, that's where my brain starts hurting. So I've just spotted a naked single. Can you see a naked single in box 3? Now, feel free to pause the video at any time and go and find it for yourself. So there is a naked single. Now, a naked single is when a box can see all the cells in the 9x9 box. Well, a cell, let's get this right, can see every digit in the puzzle apart from 1. And that means it's ruled out by either means or there is something where it would be. And if we have a look at box 3, of course, this here is box 3. So when we start to say, right, where can 8 go in box 3? Well, it can't go here, it can't go here, and it can't go here, and it can't go here. And in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those 4 8s are all looking at that box, which means it's narrowed down really. And we know there has to be an 8 there. Okay, so sometimes when I'm looking for things like this as starter puzzles, I can go around and I can stick with the 8s. So should we just stick with the 8s and see what we get? So where can 8 go? So 8 can go in those. 8 on an arrow is a very dodgy idea, but we'll think about that in a moment. But at the moment I'm just looking at Sudoku. So potentially 8 can go in these places. Okay, so that's not necessarily so helpful, but we'll go into that in a moment. Can I see any other hidden singles? I can see another hidden single. I can see a hidden single in box 6. So in box 6 there's another hidden single. So in box 6, 6s can't go there, 6s can't go there, 6s can't go there, 6s can't go there. So there is our 6. So there's a few hidden signals to start off with. I'm not sure if there were any more than that, apart from things that need a bit more logic to work out. So now I'm going to get on to Schneider notation from the American Thomas Schneider. I learned about this technique on Cracking the Cryptic. I thought it was fantastic. So Thomas Schneider came up with the idea of marking two cell places where in boxes where a number can only go. If there's two places in a box where a number can only go, then he marks it. He uses corner notation for this. So we got the option. We got full notation, corner notation, center notation, and colors on this. So we will use the corner notation for Schneider notation. So if we start to look, for instance, box 6 here, 7 and 7, we can certainly do that. This box 1, has 4 and 4 needs marking in it. And this can often start to tell us things about the puzzle. 6, 6. So 6 is along there, but I can't restrict it any further. So I'm not going to use the notation for that as yet, because I'm not feeling desperate. When I get desperate, I will use any notation I like. But we're not there yet. So what else have we got going on in this puzzle? Well, you heard me talk about naked singles, but there are also hidden singles when you've got multiple candidates that could go in a box, but only one of those could be it. But then the same is true of doubles and triples, and I see an obvious triple here. So we know that in this row of 3 there must be, on this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know there must be 1, 5 and 9 in there. So what does that tell us? Well, there is something to do with arrows. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go to the arrows quite yet. Let me just have a look around to see if there's anything else obvious on the Sudoku side of things. Yes, there is another place where only 2 digits can go in box 1. What about another naked single caused by this 8? Look, so in box 3, where can 3s go? Oh, actually, I was wrong. Sometimes happens. There we are. There was a naked single from the start. There we are. So there are 3 naked singles in this puzzle so far from the start. So that's useful. So what does that tell us about everything else? So it gives us a possible 2 placement of the number 3 over there. So something else I've learned from Cracking the Cryptic is to look out for a certain arrangement of numbers. So if any number falls in the first column, second column, third column, but in their respective rows and so forth, I'm not sure if any do in this puzzle. If we had a 6 in there, for instance, it would work. But I can see the 6 is in there again. 8. So 8, no. Oh, 8s do, yes. Well, 8s do that. But I already had a little look around at the 8s. So the 8s are all looking at this centre box here. That one's not. That one's not. This one here. So again, where can 8s be? So if we do that, we know we can't have 8 there. There's the 8 there. Oh, except I'm going to mark it. So, oh, hang on. What does this? So I'm looking at these 8 and I'm saying, does anything get ruled out? In truth, not really. Again, I've just got the same pattern I found earlier. So, okay, but there is something else to do with 8, but we'll get back there. We'll just carry on looking for those pesky little 9s. Could go in here. Okay, 9s go in here. So, I think I may have exhausted. Oh, 9s could go in here or here. But then 9 gets pushed into there as well. So that's the interesting thing about when you find a 9. But there's only space for 3 9s. 9's in here. Okay, so let's talk about arrows. Now, arrows have several different things. So for instance, this arrow, the number on the arrow must equal to the amount in here, must add up. Now when there's only one, quite obviously they must be the same number. So we need to watch out for those, although saying that, what the heck is going on here? I've got no clue. Well, I do have a clue, but I'm not going to tell you about that right now because that's half the point. Is the computer doesn't understand, but I think the human brain can understand. We've been told in the rules that box 2 is where my addition all went wrong. So in theory, these two would be the same in a normal Sudoku, but Sudoku rules actually say that they can't be the same because they're in the same box. So that's interesting as well. Anyway, so that's the one. Then you have spaces where 2 cells are on the arrow. So these 2 add up to that. But again, because it's in this box, I'm going to leave it alone until I've looked at everything else because, yes, but this one has got a 2 cell. But strangely, this one has got a 2 cell. So that's really interesting. So this 2 cell adds up to this. So that's probably workoutable because what's the maximum number we can make with 2 cells? Well, that's 9 and 8. And we can't use those because they're there. But 9 and 8 add up to 17. So we actually know that's not a 7. Because that would be the maximum. 17. And so that is a 7. Okay. Right. So we know that this has got to be a 1. It can't be 0. 0 is no go in Sudoku. 1 to 9. Good numbers. No zeros. So what does that mean about the price of fish? Well, what could this be? Well, we can say I use the center marking to mark all the options for any number. So I can say this could be 2, 1, 3. It can't be 1 or 3. Could it be 4? It can't be 4. Can it be 5? Yes, it can be 5. Can it be 6? No, it can't be 6. Can it be 7? No, it can't be 7. It can't be 8 or 9. So that one has to be 2 or 5. So 15 is 7 and 8. So, okay, we know that's not 15. So that is actually 12. And we've got our first bauble. Oh no, second bauble. Look, because the 7's a bauble as well. So we've got 12 and 7. So, strangely, this has got to add up to 12. And this has got to add up to 7. So 7 and... Yes, you can do the math to 5, which leaves a digit here, which of course gives us that one as well. Woo, we got 3 baubles. The 3 baubles of Christmas. Yes, Leo thinks it's fun, don't you, Leo? What do you think about the 3 baubles, Leo? Are you going to clean yourself again? Okay. He's our gorgeous cat. Anyway, so that's got that kind of going. So again, talking about 9 here and a possibility of an 8 there, because there was a possibility of the 8. Now, something about 3-digit arrows. Now, numbers can repeat on arrows, so the lowest this could be is technically 1, 2 and 1. So technically the lowest that could be is 4. So that could be 4. Wow. Okay, but if that was 4, we'd have to put a 9 on it. And 9's a big no-go for single circle arrows, because of course, what would we put in there if we put a 9 there? So we now know that that has to be 9, and we have another bauble. Fantastic news. So 9 is an interesting one, and just the makeup of this line, remembering that we have to have the numbers 1 to 9 in it, that it gets a bit congested. And again, we've got another place here. This is a strict 3-celled arrow, because the rules say that this has got to add up to whatever's in there. So we first of all know that that can't be 9. Could it be 5? Well, 5 can appear on a 3-cell arrow with 1 and 2 to make 8, or with 1 and 2 to make 8. What's the other way of doing it? Or 1 and 3 to make 9. However, we know this isn't 9. So if that was 5, this would have to be 8. Okay, we cannot rule that out. But we can say that if this was 5, then we can't put a 1 in either of those spots. So we know that it actually can't be 5, because it really needs the 1 to go with the 5. So this is 1 then. Okay. So that gives us a few options. So we can say that a 3-cell arrow can add up to the minimum of 1, 2, 3, which is 6. 1, 2, 4, which is 7. Or 1, 2, 5, which is 8. But also 8 could be 1, 3, 4. 9 can be 1, 2, 6. So 6 is an interesting one. So 6 can appear on these arrows. So it would be possible to have a 6. Well, it's not possible to have a 6 in either though. It would be possible to put a 6 in there if this was 1 and 2. Okay, that's... Oh no, it's not possible to put a 6 in there. So we can rule that out. So that's not possible. So 9 could also be 1, 3, 5. So is it possible to do that? So we can put a 5 in here. And we're having a problem with the 1 and the 3. because actually they'd be excluded. 1, 3, 5. Is there another way? Now, there is one way to do a 3-cell arrow without using one. And that's interesting, because I don't think 1, 3, 5, that's kind of it, because you can't have 1, 4, 4. Oh, you could have 1, 4, 4 actually, except this 4 rules it out, so it can't be 1, 4, 4. So I'm assuming this would have to be. Was there another way to do this with using doubles? 2, 3, 4 is an option. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't see any other way of doing it. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 5. Okay, so 2, 2, and 5 is doable. Okay, well, that's interesting. So there's 2 ways to do that. Okay, so 2, 2, and 5. When I find it hard to believe, because we got to think about the arrangement of this arrow. It's another 3-cell arrow with we know this. Oh no, again, it can be below. It can be below the 6, 7, 8. There could be a quite big number in here. So we know that we can't put 7. So 7 and 8 are actually restricted either to inside here or there. So those 4 cells have to be 7 and 8, because if we try and put a 7, 7, 1, 1, it is possible actually. Except that makes 9, and that's not possible. 6. Did we work out that the 1 couldn't be in here? I think we worked out the 1 couldn't be in there. Can't be in there, which puts it in there. In those 2. 1, 1, 7 doesn't work. Okay, so it's looking at all the possibilities with these arrows. What I don't want to do is jump to any conclusion. However, this pill is very strange, because it's got to be pretty humongous to have 6 cells in it. So what's the minimum we can have with 6 cells? Let's do this thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21. Okay, so it's not that, we know that. 21, so the minimum on here. But that's not going to work either. 21. Because you ask yourself what would have to be. So the 1 wouldn't be able to go in there. So if we replace the 1 with a 7, for instance, and this is just theoretically, because of course I know 7 doesn't go there. So instead of that, so 21 is 27. So this could be 27, I'm saying, but again, it's got the 2 in it. Okay. And therefore there is a problem with these low numbers. 27, because I've got to remove the 27 and put the 8 in. 27 it now would add up to, so take 2 off 27 makes 25, 33, which is a bit of a bum number because you can't use, I can't make that 3 and 3, and again it's got 3 in it. What is going on here? 33. So if I take the 3 out and replace it with a 9, what do I get? So 33, so it comes to 39. Does it come to 39? I think I've done my adding up wrong again. Have I done my adding up wrong? Okay. 4 plus 6 is 10, 15, 24, 32, 39. So 39 doesn't work. So that means that this doesn't comprise of 7, 8, 9, 4, 5 and 6. So an interesting question is, what can it comprise of? And the other point we've got to make is actually this number plus this number plus this number are the outies. They are the numbers that cannot be on this line. So the other question could be, what could they be? Well, 1, we know 5 and 9 have got to be on that line. Okay, so let's start again and say we know 5 and 9 have got to be on the line. It rhymes! Excellent, we love a little bit of rhyming. 5 and 9 have got to be on the line. What else? So let's put 5 and 9 in those top 2 digits just for fun. So 5 and 9 make 14. Okay, 14's no good, but we got 4 more digits. What else has to be? We know there's got to be a 6 in this this block somewhere. So one of those could be 6. 5 and 9. However, if this was 6, remembering that we cannot put 6 on these arrows because we've already worked out 6, 1 and 2 really don't work for this. 1, 2, 6, and there's 6 over there. Okay, 6. Oh, so if 6 is in the pail, yeah, we've already established 6 can't be in there because there's a 6 there. Silly boy, GoodElk, come on. So I'm looking for logical ways to work out what is on here. Well, when we were doing those calculations, we got up to 3, didn't we, using some pretty big numbers. So I'm guessing the rule, the secret of Sudoku. Does anyone know the secret of Sudoku? Well, we can use this line to find out the secret of Sudoku. And I like doing it like this. 1 and 9 equals 10. 2 and 8 equals 10. 3 and 7 equals 10. So that's 30 so far. Which way was I going? 3 and 7. 2 and 8 equals 10. So that's 40. And we got 5 left over. So 45 is the magic number. It's not 3, it's 45. 45 is the magic number. It wouldn't work for the song. But there we go. So 45. Okay, so the biggest, could this be 45? We didn't do that question, did we? 5 and 9. So what are the other high numbers? 8, 7, 6, and 4. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So if the high numbers were all there, well, we know that this would add up to 6, which means that 6 from 45 leaves 39. So even if these three numbers, this has got to be at least 30. This has got to be 20 or 30, in fact. Okay. So could these add up to... Could they add up to 6 and get 39? Well, no, they couldn't, because there's already a 9 here. So they must add up to more than 6. So if they added up to 7, then this would be 38. And if they added up to 8, then this would be 37. And if they added up to 9, this would be 36, which is possible. 35 is not possible because we've got the 5 in here. 34 is not possible because we've got a 4 in there. 33 is not possible because you can't have 3's. 32. So if this was 32, so in other words, if these added up to 32, then we would need how much in that? 32 from 45 leaves 8. So would it be 8? 32 from 45. No, 13. Blah. So 32 plus 10 is 42 plus 3 is 13. So 13 with a 1 in it. Ooh, this is getting tricky. So 13 could be 3, 1 and 9, but that can't be 9. Okay. So, yeah, I think we can see. I don't know what I was saying really. Oh, I was saying 32, wasn't I? But 32 just doesn't work because we need a 9 down there. So 32, that means that's got to be 3. Because if it was 20, it would be too small, I think. I did say what the smallest it could be is. But I've just worked out 32 doesn't work. It's because we haven't got the 1. Okay, so if that's 30 something, which I think it's got to be, then we've got to find, so 4, 6. Well, I like doing maths in my puzzles. So 6, hang on, 2, if that was 2, that would be 6. If that was 2, that would add up to 6, which we established would make that 39. So that can't be 2. So we know there's got to be a 2 on here somewhere. But what is not working? We know 5 and 9 have got to be there. So one of these numbers is not there. Now, if you don't like beating yourself up with maths, what we can do is we can go into the special settings and do advanced settings and put calculating sums on. So this gives us some sums. No valid sum infinity to infinity. Why is that? It's because I've broken the puzzle. So if there was a 4, let's swap it for something. What's the problem? The 8. Oh, this is tricky. So put the 5 and 9 in there. 5, oh no. Put a 5 and 9 in there. What did I replace? The 4. So replace this with the 4. And now this should give me the sum. Still infinity to infinity because I've made a mistake. 6 can't go there. So 7. Of course, I don't like randomly. Still wrong. I'm just putting these things in place. So the 8 can't go in. Oh, 8 can't go in the top box. So 7 could go there. 7 could go there. 8 could go there. Now, is that going to calculate? Sums to 39. So we knew that was too much. So it could be 38 if we replace the 4 with the 3. No, we can't put 3 in, can we? So it can't be 38. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the highest. So this can't be 38. What can it be? I'm getting the thought that this is tedious because I've been on this buzzer for over half an hour now and you've all gone to sleep. If you're, yeah, maybe fast forward. So, the logic is ridiculous. Now, 6 or 7. Okay. So again, we can say the logic. So if this is not 39, so if I replace that with a, it can't be 3, could be 2. If I replace the 4 with the 5, 9. Like that, 37. So that adds up, which would leave 8 in this box in the bottom. Okay. Is there any other way of doing this? We know 5 and 9 have got to be in there. To be honest with you, I think those are the numbers on my... Because I don't know if I can get them any lower. This is always the interesting thing. 4 is the only way. Replace the 5 with 4. Can't do it. Replace the 2 with 1. Can't do it. 6, 7, 8, 9. So the numbers are completely restricted to those values in some order. So these will all add up to 37. Okay. 37. Which means that can't be 7. Which means that has to be 4. Okay, and we have 6 up here. Okay. 3 makes 6. And this would be our 8. So our 8 is hiding in this middle box and must be... I should get rid of these numbers now that I've worked out what they are. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of guessing. Although with arrows, kind of looking at all possibilities does help. So 8 must be in there. Is anything else restricted because of this? 7s? No. 3s. Ah, there's a 3 there. Okay. There's 3 there. So 3. So these two must add up to 6. 1 and 5 is impossible. So it must be 2 and 4. 2 and 4. That leaves us... Well, that must be the 8 because the other numbers are going to be smaller. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1 and 5. 5 does go on an 8, but it will need a 2 with it. So that's got to be a 2. And these have got to be 1 and 5. Okay, so let's leave those alone for the moment. Alright. So, ones. Can 1 go in there? Does 1 have to go in there? Okay, let's have another little look at this. Okay, so 1, see there, and see there. Cannot be in there. Cannot be in there. So actually that is a 1. Okay, that's humongous. It's got an arrow coming off it. Well, the rule of circles and arrows, in my opinion, is you wouldn't put a circle without an arrow. So it must have an arrow coming off it. And there's an arrow coming off it. Now sometimes the arrows get a bit hidden, so that's why I've added that little arrow on there to say there is an arrow going into there. But that has to also be 1, which means that arrow finishes there. Okay, so we've got 2 there. That can't be 2, so that has to be bigger than 2. 1, 2, and 5 is 7. That could be 7. That could be 7, or it could be 1, 2, 5. See, I think some people aren't such a big fan as I am of this stupid maths. Okay, so if this was... Okay, but we got this here. And this seems to be making some sense now, because if this... What have I done? Oh, if this is 1. Oh, hang on a minute. What are you doing? 7 or... It's not 5. It's 7 or 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 7 or 3. Well, if this was 7, then this would have to be 5. So, what would this be? What would be the minimum this could be? So 7, 8, 9. That would have to be 9. Which could be 9. It could be 9. Okay. That could be 9, I think. What else could it be? Let's talk about that. So if this is 7, 8, 9, that's it. But if this was 3, 4, 5, it could be. It could also be 5. It could also be 6, but that's not a thing. But if... Oh, hang on a minute. If that was 5... Oh no, it can stop there. It can stop there. Because 5 would blow it up. Hi. Okay. Lunchtime. Oh, this can't be 1. That seems useful. Okay. Can this still be 7? No, it has to be 3. Which means 4, 5. So again, it could be 6 or 5 if the arrow was finished there. So it's got to be 5. There we are. Yay! Okay. I'm hoping that this isn't sending you balmy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is our 5 in that one. So again, I've got this area where 2 things are possible. 8. Well, actually, we know that's got to be 8 because 8 can't go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, our choir master was saying that we need to learn to sing in whole tones. Balminess. What's that idea all about? 9, 6. Multitasking. 7. Yes, 7. Okay. So 7 can't go there. 6 can't go there. I can do semitones, but not whole tones. What do you think about it, Leo? Yeah? That good? Maybe I should turn the light on. Maybe Mummy will come back and you can talk to her about what Daddy's up to. Right. Oh! Naked single! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I like being systematic. And there's a naked double here as well. So there must be a 1 in one of them. And there must be a 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I just look at the grid and try and say the number without actually counting through all of them. 1 and 5. So actually 1 and 5 is going to be in there as well. So this becomes, what do we think, 7 and 3. Oh, okay, that's all obvious. It's 3 in the corner. Yes, we love a 3 in the corner. It's something that gets me out of bed in the morning. A good 3 in the corner. Who knows? Took me a while to realise that they were talking about losing my religion. But there we are. We can change these 4s to middle 4s. And we can put middle 2s with them. 2, 4. There must be a 6 because it's a naked single. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. Do you get the feeling that I just want to sing? 9 can't be there. So again, we're starting to... Actually, it's getting so near the end, we're starting to... But look, I haven't even touched this box. Can we put anything in this box? 1s. 1s must be in one of these. Haha. 2s must be in the middle. Actually in one of those. 3s. 3's already there. 4s in those 2 there. 5s. Do 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 do. 5s are being awkward, but they're in either side. But I'm not going to mark that. 6s. 6s are down the bottom in that square. Oh, actually, they're in that one or that one. So that could be helpful. 7s. Meh. Not sure. The 7s can be there and there. So that's not totally helpful. 8s or 9s. 9s. Where could 9s be? 9s can basically be all over the place. There we are. 9s could be anywhere in that, which also isn't very helpful. We've got 2 digits in here that I can't see. One of them's 2, actually, so I can mark that 2 there. Three, 4s. And 4s have got to be somewhere in there, but don't ask me where. And now I'm starting to get tempted to go, well, let's put 4s in there, because I need to remember. And where does this puzzle go from here? 5, 6, 9. 1, 5, 6, 9 in that column. 4, 5, 7, 9 in that column. Okay, we've got 6, 7 and 9 that must sit up here. Is there any restrictions on those? 6, 7 and 9. So the big numbers. There are big numbers going on in here. So 2, 6, 7 and 9. So apart from the 2. But the 2 can't go there. Which says this has to be, hang on, what does this have to be? 6, 7 or 9. Does that make any sense at all? If that was 6, what could this be? Can't be 1, 2 or 3. The smallest that could be is 4. I think somebody has done some very bad maths. So, if the smallest that can be is 4, yeah, then this must be, I'd love to see someone solving this who doesn't know the silliness. There we are. This must be 6. This can't be 2. Which makes 10. How can we make 10 in that? So, what can this be? 1? So it could be 1, and 1 could be pretending to be the 10. Or it could be 9. It can't be 6. Or it could be 5. 5 is half of 10. So 1 with a 0 is 10. 5 is half of 10. And 9 plus 1 is 10. How bad could my maths have been? That's a very American thing to say, is it? Maths? Yes. That's usually when we get told off for being grammatically incorrect. Let's put these numbers down. 5, 9, 6. Okay, so the 6 got to be around there somewhere. Why can't 6 be in there? Because it's there. Okay, let's look at the little rules again. Sorry, if I pause it, it'll put the rules up. Wow, we've nearly been going for an hour. What did I say? Went a little... Both baubles are out by the same margin. Oh, okay. So, what does that mean? So, margin would... That would be... If that was 1, that would be 9 difference. If that was 5, then that would be 5 difference. Can we do a 5 difference? If this was 5, that was 9, then that could be 4, for instance, which doesn't work. If this was 5, this was 6, that could be 1. No, that doesn't work. So, it feels like I'm just left with the 9. If this was 9 and this is 10, well, that's not so bad. It's only 1 away. What could that be? 1 away from 1 is 2. 1 away from 5 is 4, 6. No, 1 away from 6 is... Well, this can't be 6, because we've got 6 in the middle. What are you doing, you silly boy? So that is 6. Okay. 1 away from 5, 6 or 4, so that's no good. And 1 away from 9... but I'm about to use 9 in there if I'm doing 1 away. But even so, it would be 8. So I think this has to be 1. That's 1 away from 1, which is 2. This is 1 away from 10, which is 9. And does that mean we've got all our baubles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 37 and 12. Okay. So, there's something that makes some sense in here. The person who wrote this sudoku was truly balmy. So that's not a 2. So that's 7 or 9. Oh, it's 7, because we've already got the 9. And we're more or less there. Let's do this thing. Speed setting time. Come on, GoodElk12. Go faster. I've stopped. 3. Why can't you see numbers? When you're looking for numbers, you can never see numbers. Must be 1. Must be 5. Must be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm concentrating on singing, not looking for the numbers. 5. There's 5's missing. 1, 5, 1. Huh. That doesn't work. Have I just broken my sudoku? Oh, okay, so that's 4. That's 2. That's 4. I've made a mistake. What have I done? How have I made a mistake? How have I made a mistake? Okay. Slow down. Stop singing. That's the answer. So that is 4. Okay, so that can be 1, 5 or 2. You've got to slow down at this point, because otherwise you get silly and start singing and everything goes wrong. So 1 is there. So 1. Okay, so we've got, that's got to be 5. That's got to be 9. 3, 4, 5 has got to be in there. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. 2 is down here. This is looking wrong. This is looking wrong. Why is this looking wrong? What have I done? Why ever did I have... Why ever did I have a 2 pencil marked in there? Oh, it's 7. Okay. Is that 7? Could it be as simple as I've made a silly mistake like that? 4. Is this irretrievable? Do I even know what irretrievable means? Am I making up names for my numbers for my bad sudoku? Has he screwed it all up? Is he going to have to go back to the beginning and start again? Is it the end of the world as we know it? I don't think this is working, you know. This has got to be 1. Two and 4. So that's got to be 4. That's got to be 2. That's got to be 1. That's got to be 5. And we got this 5 and 9 to finish on the pot. Yes! It worked! Can you believe it? Looks good as far as I can tell. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make a link with the solution, because that is the right answer. Although I was sure there was a 1 up in that corner. But there's a 1 down in that corner. So there's possibility of me just getting very confused. But I think that adds up. If it doesn't add up, please tell me. If you think it's crazy, please tell me. If you think it's wonderful, please tell me. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'm GoodElk12. Thank you for watching this solve video of the 12 Baubles of Christmas. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye. Where have you gone? You're over there now.